Good afternoon, everybody. So our company's here to solve essentially 4, maybe 5 profound issues. The first one and most important one is trust. So this picture is the hanging Chad guy from 2000. And I'm here to tell you that the process of voting actually hasn't changed a whole lot from this time frame. And an organization called Edelman did a trust survey around the world, and trust in elections is at the lowest level it's ever been. So the answer has been to go to in-person paper-based ballots, right? But the problem is that limits access. We live in a mobile society, people travel all the time, people have accessibility needs, and so the access to going back to paper-based ballots actually gets worse by trying to get a little bit more secure and verifiable. And outside the context of the US, if you want to vote, sometimes you do it at personal risk from violence and potentially even death. And this is a picture from Pakistan in one of their big elections that they have to have security guards in order to ensure that people are safe. In the US specifically, most of the voting machines that we vote on today were acquired between 2005 and 2006. So imagine a laptop that's 10 to 12 years old. That's what's actually running our voting systems, and all this stuff is going to be end of life by around 2020. So we created a blockchain-based mobile voting system, and to borrow the term from Mark Andreessen Horowitz, where he said software is eating the world, we think the blockchain-based mobile voting software will save the world and put the power back in the hands of people, not concentrated in the hands of elections officials. Our very specific goal is by 2025, we want 1 billion people to re-engage in democracy and increase the turnout of voting through our platform by that point in time. And I'm happy to say that we're actually on track already to hit that goal, which is pretty phenomenal. There's a bunch of different voting markets. Most people think in terms of government elections, voting for president, vice president, but lots of organizations, hundreds of thousands of organizations also vote, from labor unions to private associations to professional associations, and just petitions and polling. And our platform will actually work across both public sector and private sector kind of voting. I mentioned that we're on track to this $1 billion vote number. So we've already completed actually a dozen elections. We've got almost 8.5 million votes on our blockchain platform through 3 products, and we've only been doing this for 20 months at this point. And we're well ahead of pretty much anybody else in the country. And we have amazing, amazing customers who frankly took risks with us, from the state of Montana, the city of Detroit and Washington, D.C., to the Ohio State Bar Association, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which was our first customer, whose voting system was hacked in 2015. And since we've run their vote on blockchain for 2 years running, it's been without compromise. Many folks in the crypto community have basically said, we're way ahead of pretty much anybody else in this space. And there's a quote from P.H. Midori, who is one of the equity analysts in the crypto space, who believes in 2 to 3 years from now, we're all going to be voting this way. We've gotten a lot of press for the traction that we've made, but truthfully, I think the press that we're getting is more because people recognize this as a major problem that needs to be solved. And if you look at the characteristics of blockchain, it is a perfect fit for all the things that are wrong with the current voting system. A lot of people have talked before me about ICOs and token sales. We're actually doing a token sale. We're selling a SAFT specifically in our public pre-sale right now, based on this thing called a VAST token, founded on the 4 characteristics of what we believe make a perfect voting system: verifiability, accessibility, security, and transparency. And we've done this with an amazing team of both advisors and a leadership team that include guys like Dr. Gun Sarir, who you mentioned the DAO. Dr. Gun Sarir is the guy that found the hack in the DAO. It was partially responsible for getting all those funds returned. Michael Barrett was the former chief security officer of PayPal, and just an amazing group of people that want to solve this problem and have the technical chops to do so. We also have an incredible management team that's helping us do this, including a guy who's our CTO that was one of the guys that invented the ability to read your fingerprint through ultrasound on a smartphone to make sure that you couldn't spoof the fingerprint. Please join us in this journey. You can go to votem.com, you can go to votem.io, but this is going to truly take a village to make this happen, and we'd love your participation in whatever. And join us with our great partners like Token Market and a recently announced partnership we have with Civic. Thank you very much.